Hello, in this video I will present some information on why John Meadows is wrong about his diet and why he needs to change it. This is a follow-up to my original John Meadows video about his condition. I demonstrated that John is eating too much dietary cholesterol and that's what led to his heart attack. Sadly, John stated this in his return home video.
You know, there's a fear of dietary cholesterol, for example, and all the plaque that's going to cause. Like if you eat whole eggs, some people, they don't really have much education, so they see a whole egg and they go, oh, you're going to get plaque in your arteries.
I will now address these issues. First, I'd like to share what the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute says about cholesterol. Quote, when there's too much cholesterol in your blood, it builds up in the walls of your arteries, unquote. LDL, bad cholesterol, are reactive oxygen species. They are unstable and take electrons from the lining of your arteries, which causes damage. This study shows that external factors like hyperlipidemia, aka high cholesterol, causes acute vascular injury. The higher the LDL, the more damage that can be done. Some people say that eating eggs is good because of the good cholesterol, HDL. HDL is supposed to remove LDL, which sounds like a good thing. Except this study demonstrated that the subjects who increased their egg intake for 3 weeks saw the opposite happen. Their LDL went up and their HDL decreased by 11%. This next study showed that both the good cholesterol went up, while the bad cholesterol stayed the same. The sad part about this study was that it was funded by the Egg Nutrition Center, an organization that's supposed to portray eggs in a good way in order to increase sales. As you can see, even an industry-funded study couldn't even show eggs in a good light. Now besides those studies, here's a meta-analysis of 17 studies. It shows that eggs raise the bad cholesterol LDL way more than HDL. Quoting from the study, this suggests that the favorable rise in HDL cholesterol with the increased cholesterol intake fails to compensate for the adverse rise in total and LDL cholesterol concentrations, and therefore that increased intake of dietary cholesterol may raise risk of coronary heart disease. Eggs also oxidize LDL, which adds up the progression of atherosclerosis, plaque buildup in the heart. LDL has clearly been established as a causal agent in atherosclerosis over many decades of extensive research. We also have hundreds of metabolic ward studies concluding that dietary fat and cholesterol raises serum cholesterol levels, which can lead to heart disease. Dietary saturated fat and cholesterol are not only found in eggs, but the bacon, fish, chicken, and beef you eat. If you don't think you need to change your diet, I don't know what to tell you. In my last video, I showed that it's possible to reverse heart disease with a whole foods plant-based diet. In fact, it was the only diet to do so.
And but I just wanted to let you know what really happened, but moving forward, I don't really, the doctors didn't suggest, and I don't really see any need for dietary changes. Not a single person I talked to thought that would make any difference at all. They didn't see anything that would warrant that.
Doctors may not suggest a dietary change because they are not well versed in nutrition. It was actually studied that many doctors fail when it comes to general nutrition advice. They might perceive they have a handle on diet, but studies suggest otherwise when it comes to applied knowledge. They got F's. That's a pretty big fail. The number one reason why they don't really talk about nutrition or other healthy habits with their patients is because they believe patients won't even listen to them. They blame the patients. So John, I demonstrated that you need to change your diet right now. Cholesterol and saturated fats are clogging your heart. Also keep in mind you are buying these foods for your family. Imagine if your sons consume these animal products for the next 30 years like you did. Don't you think there will be a chance the fatty streaks in their arteries will increase? You have to change your mentality on food. There are always alternatives out there. Remember, eating low-fat whole plant foods reverses heart disease. I'm sorry that misleading information on cholesterol steered you in the wrong direction. I hope this video is helpful. Until next time.